In this video, I'm going to show you how to make onion powder. The only thing you really need is onions. Then you get as many onions as you want, and after you've cut off both ends, you then peel off the skins, just as if you were going to be baking with them. Then you cut them into thin slices like this, and I'll show you in a little bit how I cut up the ends to get them. So you cut all of your onions up into thin slices like this until you have about as many onions as you want. Now here's how I cut up the ends of the onions. I will cube the ends of the onion because you don't want it too thick or it won't dry. So I cut up the ends of the onions kind of like this. Now of course different. These are more cubed and these are more cut and sliced. But that's how I cut up the onions. And now, what you do is you take your onion, you get your dehydrator. You could also use an oven if you wanted to, but I prefer the dehydrator. You take your slices of onion and you lay them out like this on the trays of your dehydrator. And you keep going like this until you have filled all the trays on your dehydrator. Then once you have all of these dehydrator trays filled, you then leave them in the dehydrator for about 3 days. This dehydrator does not have a thermostat on it, so it takes several days for it to dry your onions. I'd say about 3 days to dry these onions. And each day you swap the tray. Put the top tray on the bottom and the bottom tray on the top. And then once they're all dry, I'll show you what to do. This is day 1 of the drying process. And as you can tell, they're very soft, so they are not ready at all at this stage. You're still need to go at least today and possibly tomorrow. Today is the second day in the onion drying process, and the onions are dry enough. How you can tell if the onions are dry enough is if they make a crinkling kind of noise, and if you can easily snap them in half. And some of them won't be quite as dry as, others, but you basically just go with, if most of them you can snap in half, then they are done. So then what you do is you take all of your onions and put them in something. I'm going to use a glass canning jar, and I'll be back in a little bit. Alright, as you can see here, I had to get a larger jar. The pint jar wasn't going to hold all of the onions that I dehydrated. Now, there are actually 2 things you can do. You can actually just leave the onions like this, and then you can, put them in a little bit of water overnight, reconstitute them, and use them in casseroles and things like that. Now, if you do that, you have to make certain that your onions is totally cold before you put the lid on it. Because if you seal it up in the jar while it's still warm, you will get condensation inside your jar, which will then turn this back to moist, and you will have ruined your entire batch of dehydrated onions. So what I'm going to do with it, I'm not worried about it being cold, because I'm going to make it into powder. So I'm just going to take it straight up to my mixer now, my blender actually, and just blend it all up into powder. Alright, here I am. I'm going to be blending it up now. You can dump this entire jar in if you want to blend it all up, or you can put a handful in at a time. It depends on the quality of your mix and how well it mixes things. And there you have it, your own homemade onion powder. You will find it tastes much better than store-bought powder. It has much more flavor, but there is a warning with this: do not use as much as you would store-bought. If you use as much of this onion powder as you would store-bought powder, you'll have an overload of onion flavor. So, do not use as much of your homemade onion powder as you would store-bought onion powder. There we go, your own homemade onion powder.